What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are the Distorted Theorist, and today we got a good one. It is A Quiet Place Day 1. Trailer
from the mind of John Krasinski.
Man, he got the golden touch on these movies.
It's weird.
I'm telling you right
who
now.
knew that goofy guy from The Office could really pull all this crap together?
He's just getting better. But before we get into talking about any of that, as always, if you want to support the channel, we definitely appreciate it if you would just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave us a comment down below what you thought of, obviously, the first one, the second one, and now I think we're going in a little prequel because it's day 1. How did this all come about? Why can't anyone make a sound without getting their head ripped off by these weird alien creatures? Peter, why has John Krasinski got his hands in this? How did this all come about? Do you have any idea?
Well, I mean, he produced... He did everything for the first one.
Yeah, but why? Like, where did it come from? Why him, I guess?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's the same
Can you
reason
speak
that...
to him?
Yeah, me and Johnny boy, we're real close.
I don't know. It's just this movie is one of those movies I feel that came out of nowhere. A Quiet Place, I mean.
But think about but it came out of nowhere in general because again, it's from John Krasinski.
Right.
But it's the same thing as Jordan Peele with Get Out.
Exactly.
Nope. All these other
but
ones.
But it just hit it's different.
Because it's different
and then
it's original.
And then I feel like you had
somewhat original.
Then people then you got the Bird Box kind of squeaked in there, and then it's a similar trope and a little different.
But Quiet Place did it first, and
oh yeah, no, 100%. But it's just it's that that taboo. It has that taboo feel. Like you cannot make when you're watching the movie. When I watched A Quiet Place, it's almost like I didn't want to make a sound because you're like everything is just so.
So there all these movies that have been coming out with these delicate hooks and everything like that. Yeah. So you've got Get Out. I still haven't seen it. Don't freaking spoil it for me. But I haven't seen any of Jordan Peele's stuff actually. I haven't seen.
I didn't like Nope. I'm gonna go on record. But I digress.
But when you've got these hooks of where you're actually suspend like in it's Quiet Place. If you haven't seen the first one, go watch it. Second, it's amazing. So the thing about it is you can't make noise because these things are super sensitive when it comes to hearing, and it's not like, oh, we're gonna get you. It's just like you get ripped apart. You actually cannot make a sound or breathe while you watch these films. But this is the thing. So when you're watching this, it's one of those hooks where you're like, oh my god. There was a movie recently that came out on Disney Plus. It was right around Halloween, and it was called. Insert title here. Anyways, there was a really cool hook in it where this girl was dealing with alien invasion along those lines. I'm not gonna tell you what the hook was. You will run screaming. I can't remember the name of it.
You actually told me to watch this movie.
Oh,
I didn't.
So good.
I know exactly which one. I can't remember the name of it, but
it's cheesy in what happens, but there's a really cool hook in it, and it's very similar the way that it's delivered, and you figure it out as A Quiet Place. And the suspense in the first one, because again, the jump scares that happen in the movie aren't like, bah! It's more so like, oh, I kicked that can. And because you're not supposed to hear anything, it's just the simple sound of a tin can being knocked, but it's like,
as much as you say simple, I love how, and this is the thing about why I love A Quiet Place in part 2, is that every sound is emphasized.
Oh yeah.
So every little piece of glass that would normally in a film make a little crinkle or whatever, this is like,
but
and you're like, oh shh, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's so hypersensitive to hearing now because they're trying to hear everything. So and then the quiet sounds they're hearing much.
And then on top of that, they put in a deaf character, which just makes basically heightens the tension because they are not as self-aware of the noises that they are making or being made around them. So you could be next to me and this deaf character, you could fart and I don't hear it because I'm deaf. Next thing you know, there's a creature coming. I don't know. It's just from the mind of John Krasinski, like you said, it's crazy that he created this little world and it's been so well received that we're getting a threequel, I guess.
And the first one had the hook. I keep saying the hook. Had the sequence of giving birth while being hunted by one of these creatures,
which is a very dramatic moment.
Yeah, you're gonna have the cat that meows.
Yeah,
you're gonna have the tin can that gets kicked. You're gonna have the person that ketchup chips. Can't help myself. Lick my fingers with the Dorito crumbs.
Right.
But then you're just like, oh yeah, but I'm going to give birth in a tub with one of these things around. Now, I have not seen the second one. But I really
It's just
want
the
to.
aftermath. You're basically learning about the aftermath, which is funny because now we're on Quiet Place Day 1.
So what happened?
Right.
This is a Cloverfield situation.
Right.
What brought the thing here?
We have Lupita Nyong'o, who's going to be one of the titular characters. I don't know what her role is because we haven't watched the trailer yet.
Probably
obviously.
one of the main people.
There's also John, is it?
Joseph
Sorry.
Joseph Quinn, who has recently been confirmed as the new Human Torch in Marvel's Fantastic Four.
You better not let us down, Joseph.
Alongside Pedro Pascal.
And Vanessa Kirby. I'm
excited.
I'm excited for Vanessa Kirby.
And Eben, can't remember the rest of your name, but you're the thing. Anyways, cool. Joseph Quinn, Human Torch, guy from does Master of Puppets and Stranger Things.
I'll tell you what. Let's watch this thing. Let's get into the trailer for A Quiet Place Day 1 right now. Let's get it.
Oh,
He's alive again. Oh, they're gonna reset.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna go. No, it's gonna count back down.
See, that was the whole part that I love so much too.
This is from part 2 because he was dead. Boom. Day 1.
Oh! Of course, everything is never not loud in New York.
But again, you hear that soundscape. You're hearing every little.
There it is.
Oh!
That didn't look like.
Did they come from meteorite type shit?
Yeah, well, they're aliens, right? That's a lot of blood.
Oh! Fuck! But every sound is just hitting, you know? But I don't get, how did they know it was sound? That's what... Yo! The world went quiet. That was cool.
Bink.
Oh,
that's
I can never pronounce his name.
Digimon
Dormammu. Shigabadoo.
He's in Guardians.
I know. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Things. Yeah, I can get behind it.
That excites me. Seeing June, man, movies are just hitting every month this coming up. Good thing we got
that's how they release,
good thing we got
buddy.
that support and tickets from Cineplex locally here in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Deadpool's in July.
So this movie is going to be really cool from the other ones because the other ones are very...
There's going to be a lot more chaos.
Yeah, you took the words right about chaos. I mean, the other ones are farmland. Everyone's being quiet. You barely see anyone till you see people. This one's going to be like, nope, you have a full jam-packed New York City, and here's a bunch of aliens dropped on you, and they're going to kill the shit out of you because everything is just noisy. But I don't like what questions. What questions are we going to be left with unanswered here? The only things I can think of: why did they come here? Are we going to find that out?
It's probably, from what it looks like, it's a meteor shower that we just happened to get in the way of.
Possibly
coming to wipe us out.
The other thing is, how are we going to? How are they going to explain how people, humans, know to be quiet? How do they trigger that?
We'll learn.
I mean, with all the noise going on in New York City, it must take a while. Right, but that's the other thing. It says day 1.
You're seeing airstrikes. You're seeing. So I think what you're not going to see them figure it out. You're going to see. It looks like because even they're like, and you saw Digimon Honsu.
Yep.
I can't say his name. I'm sorry. He's actually like, they be quiet. So some people are going to figure it out, and other people are just like and just making a whole bunch of noise.
I'm just wondering if, even though it's day 1, you've seen the countdown. We're going to start. This movie's going to start at day 1, but I'm wondering if the ticker will. Like halfway through the movie, it's day 100.
No.
Day 150.
I'm hoping that it's just 24 hours.
You think so?
I would think that would be great.
And what would you expect to see, or what would you like to see out of a 24-hour time period film like that?
I'm hoping that what we're going to see, the initial attack. We're going to see the panic that's going to set in. You're going to see a little lull of people trying to figure out what's going on.
Society has fallen. Blah,
kind
blah, blah.
of, but then they've got to get to somewhere because, again, obviously there's going to be like, if you need to be safe, get to this area here because you saw an airstrike, you saw the Brooklyn Bridge or some other major landmark being destroyed and everything.
Brooklyn
and
Bridge,
they're probably like,
right.
yeah, we got them. And then it's not. And then credits are going to roll.
I'm going to put out a prediction. I think because movies do this, I think at the end, the main thing they're going to try to achieve is get out of the city to the countryside, kind of like the film that I can't remember, but I know you watched it. It was Julia Roberts. It was just on Netflix or whatever, where the world ends and she's trying to watch Friends. Help me out. Oh, anyway, I can't remember. It was just on Netflix. It was
do you mean the Barack and Michelle Obama one?
No.
Where there's a bunch of Teslas on the road?
Yeah.
Isn't that the...
What's the name of it, though?
I don't know why I'm looking at you, camera. You're going to tell me the answer. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, similar thing there. They're trying to get to the countryside. So I think maybe like one of the main characters, whatever, or some straggler character is going to try to make the countryside. And I think they're going to run into John Krasinski's family.
So they're going to
Because they live in the countryside.
They're going to do the...
I think it's going to tie
28 days later?
Yeah, I think it's just going to tie right into A Quiet Place. Like, John Krasinski is going to be alive at the end of this movie still, because obviously it's based in the past. So,
hey, we're going to go get some supplies. This is my son. He's very much alive right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that's my prediction.
Space shuttle and toy. He loves it.
But I think what they're doing here is they're just capitalizing on a world building situation where we already know the world. We love the lore. We love the premise of being quiet and all that stuff. But everyone's always been like, where did these aliens come from? And they're like, we're about to tell you.
And there's going to be plenty of jump scares because they're going to make that weird sound the whole time long.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the trailer reaction for A Quiet Place Day 1. As always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate it. If you would hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know down below if you think our theories are right, wrong. What are we going to see in this movie? What do you hope to see in this movie? And yeah, I mean, where do we go, I guess, from here after this?
Day 2.
And with that, I am the real Jussy.
And I am... Identity theft is no joke, Jim.
Like we always say around here. Keep it real.